this. So we record this part, so if there's makeup work needed, you can see the slides. But then when we get to the actually discussing about our personal plans, we will not record, just FYI. And Marlon and I were having a conversation at the break. Always only share what you're comfortable sharing, right? So never feel like there's something you don't want to say, but you kind of say it anyway. So health and oops, here we go. Da, da, da. Um, da, da, da.
You pausing for dramatic effect, Helen? Just
I
checking.
am. I'm making sure everyone's like on pins and needles waiting for this fabulous topic.
Because trauma-informed care wasn't enough. Just kidding.
Right, right. So now we're gonna, well, they're related. We put these together on purpose. So safety and planning crisis. So what is safety and crisis planning? Um, it's one of the tools that people can use to address and support themselves through a mental health crisis or a mental health issues. It teaches people how to overcome hopelessness and helplessness because it's a plan. And take charge of your own recovery. Make your own choices. Make it clear what you would like to have happen and what you would like not to have happen should you go into crisis. And it also hopefully will teach you a little bit about finding resources that you could need if you don't have them at your fingertips now. So, what are the four key concepts? So, the other thing, class, I wanted to tell you is we're going to kind of just power through these slides because the real value in this is actually doing the exercise. And we're going to teach you to do a plan for yourself. And then in doing so, you'll have that experience. You can help others. All right. So,
Ellen,
the key, yes.
where's that slide?
Oh, you can't see it?
Oh, I mean, I can see that in yours, but I thought we had it in a handout.
Yeah, you should have it in the three slides.
Because we have the trauma-informed care and then the two class evaluations and then the self-paced person-centered language.
Okay, so you need to go to the next topic in the portal, which will be safety and crisis planning. And when you click on that and click on the handouts, um, you'll see the three slides. Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, I don't have anything for handouts for the 11 to 1. I only have class evaluation.
Same
Yeah,
here.
I'll put it in the chat right now. Give me a second, and
Okay,
then
okay,
I
thanks,
got you.
thanks, Carlos.
You got it. Thank you for bringing that up, by the way.
Wow, because I checked that last night. Whoops, oh shoot, shoot, shoot.
You gotta click on the eye with the circle.
Yeah,
You click on the eye in the circle. Yeah, exactly.
Don't want to go back.
okay.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, I got it.
Okay. Okay. Great. Great. Great.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And thank you for asking. Always ask.
Do we have to turn it in or no? That's just
No,
for,
if it's a handout, no, it's just the
okay.
other thing is with this work today that we're not recording it, it's also for you to keep. You can share it in your breakout room if you want, but you don't have to turn it in anywhere. It's for your own benefit. Okay, so the concepts of safety and crisis planning, which is modeled after something called the WRAP, which is Wellness Recovery Action Plan. So here are the five concepts that hope, and see how these overlap with the four concepts of hope, recovery, and wellness. So hope, personal responsibility, education, self-advocacy, and support. Okay, so what the crisis planning will do is help you stay as well as possible. It helps you keep track of difficult feelings and behaviors and develop action plans to help you feel better. The other thing in that it lets you tell others to do what you would like them to do when you feel so badly that you can't make decisions. So it helps toward keeping yourself safe and taking care of yourself. And the other thing I find is because I have one and I use one, is it also helps me see early warning signs. We'll talk about it in detail, but I think when it's written down, and you're starting to feel a little wobbly, makes it really clear, hey, here are some things that we can do. Okay. Um, so uses for safety and crisis planning are mental health, for your mental health, addictions, and more. Getting and keeping a job, teams, programs you're in, school, housing, employment. You can always have a plan, like where you're going and how you get there and who can help you. Why is this not showing? There we go. So every person, again, remember we are so about person-centered, person's choices. So any person can decide if they want to write one at all, how much time it takes to do it, when you want to do it, which parts you want to do, how to use it, where to keep it, who to show it to, who you want, if anyone, to help you. And I'm going to add, for me, an important part is who I do not want to have involved. Okay. But again, it's all about the person's choice and doing it in their own way. We just follow, this is a general pattern to follow, and our members make a choice if that's for them or not. So what does it include? It includes a wellness toolbox, includes a daily maintenance plan. I actually have my own on my refrigerator. So I live and breathe this because it has helped me a lot. Okay, so let me go back. Sorry. The wellness toolbox is a list of things you have done in the past or you could do to help you stay well. So examples like talk to a peer, talk to a healthcare provider, call a warm line, connect with friends, any acts of self-love, like maybe even treating yourself to a gift. So what are things that help you stay well? Now let's look at the daily maintenance plan. These are things you do every day to maintain your wellness. So it will include 3 parts, and we'll go over those when we're completing our forms. What I'm like when I'm feeling well. Like examples, I smile more, I do my makeup, I put effort into how I dress, I make time for friends. Then a list of things that I need to do daily to keep myself feeling happy and healthy. Shower, take care of my hair, connect with other human beings, like wash my face and teeth. And then the third part is things I consider doing to maintain my wellness and recovery. For example, eating healthier, exercising, creating or reading a schedule. Okay, now stressors. Does anybody we have a list of stressors, and that always kind of cracks me up because I think that's one thing in life we all have plenty of. Like we're all able to identify and list some of our stressors. So stressors are external event. They're external. That's the key. Events that happen, and if they happen, can produce signs that are, or maybe make us feel uncomfortable. So they sometimes can be referred to as triggers. And this is the part of the plan where we can identify multiple stressors and can really create an action plan for each one. Stressors, which we will get to as the stressors action plan. Things I can do to manage my stressors. So do things from my daily maintenance plan, whether I want to or not, is an example. Like holding ourselves accountable, which is self-responsibility. So let's identify some early warning signs that, and those are internal. They're coming from you. And they may be unrelated to reactions to stressful situations, like they could just pop up. Despite your best efforts at staying well, you may begin to experience early warning signs. So example, like skipping meals, skipping showers, not connecting with anyone, not finding joy in things they used to enjoy, not keeping commitments. Okay, so what I'd like to do is just quickly go into Carlos, we're going to go into like 6 breakout rooms and just share your early warning signs, and don't give the whole story, but identify the warning sign what it is. And when we come back, we'll just share as a group.
Okay.
Okay?
How,
So
how much
yeah,
time do you want, Helen?
I think like 6 minutes, like just really quick, just
Okay.
what pops into your head. And you don't have to list them all, but list like the important ones.
Okay.
Thank you. Welcome back, everyone. Does anyone have any early warning signs they want to share? Or
I'll go.
okay, thanks,
I
Matt.
was just telling the guys in my group that I've only noticed this in the last year and I'm in my 50s, so like I'm not very self-aware, but I have very recently noticed that I start talking. I just like start running my mouth like more than I should. And I'm not saying bad stuff necessarily, but I'm just trying to occupy the air or something or trying to control something maybe. It's not a very cool look.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. Thanks.
Helen, I'm not sure if you're.
For me, I get red. So if I get anxiety, or if I get angry, I turn red like Tinkerbell, and there's just no hiding it at all. I have a really fierce blush. I'll feel it coming, creeping up my neck, into my ears, and then my cheeks. And so yeah, it's really hard to and then I get embarrassed. So then it's compounding for me, and then I run for the hills. So yeah, and then it's the worst when somebody's like, "Oh, you're turning red." Don't ever everybody, don't ever say that to anybody when they're turning red. Oh, you're red. We know we're red.
All right, thank you. Thanks. Scion.
For me, when I start getting stressed out, you'll see my eye twitching. I'll start getting like tension headaches, and then you'll see me with chocolate in my hand and maybe a Snicker, and you
Oh.
know that I'm stressing. And for when I'm with my family, with my Mexican Hispanic family, I talk 100 miles an hour, and my Spanish is fast because it's my grandma is Mexican Indian, and they talk fast, so I talk way faster than her. I was like, you know what, just go relax. I can't even understand you, but that shows them that I'm like kind of stressing out.
All right, thank you. I can certainly relate to the chocolate bit of that. Tina.
So for me, like I will like before anything, I'll start breaking out in hives like on my cheekbones. And I know like it's happening because like my skin starts to feel irritated. So like I'll start breaking out in hives, like thinking I got this and I'm not letting something stress me. But then like that's the first sign. And then like my eye starts twitching and then I'll start doing compulsive things like my cleaning, OCD. Like I will just start sanitizing, disinfecting, even though I just did it like 30 seconds ago, I will just over clean.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, thank you. I do that one too. Carlos, and then we'll move ahead.
Well, Sarah and I have that in common that we were just discussing that we turned red, that I can actually feel my ears on fire, and I'm just like, oh my, everybody's gonna see this. So I go from anger to embarrassment, so it makes it a lot worse. And my breathing pattern too, it gets
Mm,
shallow, and I'm ready to, I don't know, I get an adrenaline kick, and I'm ready to go.
yeah. Oh gosh. Well, we're hearing a lot of recognition here. Like people, we know what we do, and so there's where the hope is. Like we can make a little bit of a plan. And yes, Desiree, I was eating chocolate yesterday. Um, okay, let's go here to so when things are breaking down. So um, in spite of your best efforts, you may still begin feeling worse, but you're still able to take some action on your own behalf. So it's necessary to take immediate action to prevent a crisis. In other words, sort of nip it in the bud, start as soon as you can. So identify signs which indicate that things are breaking down. So, we just talked about that. And what can we do? Maybe call or talk to a supporter. And most importantly, take action so we don't hurt ourselves. So crisis planning. Um, when there is, let's say we've taken these actions and we're still kind of moving toward crisis. In spite of our best planning and assertive action, you may find yourself in a crisis where others will need to take over responsibility for your care. You may feel as though you're totally out of control. And again, that's where having a plan can help a little bit with that control. Like, I know there's a plan, even though things are kind of spinning, I know there are steps to be taken. And it's actually a difficult situation no one likes to face, and a lot of people don't like to talk about it, which is why we're here talking about it. So write a crisis plan when you are well. Obviously, in your best thinking, your plan will instruct others about how to care for you when you are not well, and it keeps you in control even when it seems like things are out of control, because you have made the choices and you have written down the directions. So, what parts are there? So there's pre-planning, kind of what we're doing now. Talk about it, think about it, sort of like the state of contemplation. Then prepare instructions, directions, and lists. Identify people you would like to provide your care and or manage your care. And I'm going to say a big part of this, actually for me personally and in general, is also identify people who will not be helpful. Like, this is someone we do not discuss this with. And then resolution planning, hope at the end of the tunnel. What are the next steps and the new beginnings? How do you start again? Okay, so it's really important. You've set this up. The whole point of this is to accept help from others and rely on your team. And some of the people we work with don't really have many supports, or they may have none. And that's where we can demonstrate and model that we trust our team, that we have done this, and we can discuss our decision-making process, like why I picked this person and not this person. So list things that others can do for you that would help, things that others need to do, like a list of specific tasks and what you would like to, and who you would like to care for these things. So things that don't help. List things that others should avoid doing, things that would not help or maybe might make the situation worse. I know I personally I'm sort of a little bit focused on privacy, whereas I have friends who are like, if you see anything, like call everyone, like call the village, right? So again, it's personal choice and what you feel will serve you and your best interest. Then happily, we will get to resolution planning. When will my supporters know this plan is no longer needed? And what are the signs that I'm back in control and no longer need my crisis plan? And this is super important to write when you're well, because if you're in a crisis, you're not in your best thinking and you just don't want to deal. That's not the time to say, hey, this is over. So you write it out in advance so people will know, and you will know. Like, you can look and you sort of hold yourself accountable. So some examples are like when I've slept through the night 3 nights in a row, when I eat at least 2 good meals a day, when I'm using my coping skills regularly, I'm doing the things that bring me joy. Also, following my daily maintenance plan. Okay, so those are all some signs. So now we're just going to hop right in to a practice question. So a peer support specialist and a consumer are developing a safety plan. What is the best way for the peer support specialist to support the consumer with creating the plan? Okay. I'm seeing a lot of C's in the thing. Oh, whoops. Okay, what happened? I got the wrong screen. Here we
There's
go.
there's a lot of C's in the chat.
Okay, great. So because of that, we're going to acknowledge, yes, it's C. But let's look at why not. Okay, why not A? Advise the consumer to look on the internet for a plan. So is that collaborative? Is that, are you doing it together? No. Does it promote growth and learning? No, because presumably they know that they could look on Google. So there's no support really described in A. B, tell the consumer a plan is not necessary. Okay, no, we never make decisions for other people, right? And then C, empower the consumer to contribute their own ideas to the plan. So again, if you encounter this on the exam, one of the red flag words is tell the consumer, because we're not there to tell, we're explore and support and look into, like research, right? And the second, the green flag word is empower the consumer, and also contribute to their own ideas. All right, so it seems like you already got that. Now this is again my favorite part of the exam prep guide is the answer key. We know it was C, it was obvious. And the skill is helping individuals develop an advanced plan for planning and managing a behavioral health crisis. And then I really like the rationale, because that applies to all the questions, on the exam, that the peer support specialist should emphasize simple, safe, and non-invasive personal strategies and skills. It is not ethical or appropriate for the peer support specialist to give voice to their own personal bias. This is a personalized safety plan and requires peer support specialists to empower the consumer to create a meaningful plan. And obviously that's a meaningful plan for the consumer. Yes, we can put in the chat a link to the exam prep guide. Sarah, I see that, so we'll get it for you. But okay, and so this is also in their prep guide. They have a blueprint of the skills that are needed. So in terms of, so this is the crisis management, knowledge, skill, and ability. So you need to be able to identify community resources that individuals can turn to for immediate help in a behavioral health crisis. And again, that's identifying the community resource. It's not being the resource, like, oh, I know the answer to this. No, we're connecting, all right? And going to the experts, connecting to the experts. Help individuals develop an advanced strategy for planning and managing behavioral health crisis, hopefully after today. Identify signs and symptoms of behavioral health crisis and activate supportive response skills where necessary. And provide encouragement and ongoing support to individuals through the resolution of the behavioral health crisis. And I think that's really important. It's a process over time. It kind of builds up, there's a crisis, and then hopefully it resolves. And we need to be there, and our people, and we need to have a plan that is comprehensive and gets us from beginning to end. Okay, so these are the slides. Thank you. So Carlos, I think we're going to turn off the recording